So today's Friday, February 26th. Snow's finally starting to melt. And I'm going to try to do some work on my truck for a little while here. So, one of the problems I've been having all this time is with the blower motor in here for the heat and AC. During the spring and summer I want to see if my buddies can help me get the AC working in here. But first I need to work on the blower motor because it's got 4 speeds and it only works on the high speed, but the motor itself doesn't run smoothly at all, as I'll demonstrate. So that's the high speed. These other 3 speeds on here are all dead. And it just sounds terrible. It's gotten worse over time too. So yeah, I think it's safe to say the motor's pretty well shot. So anyway, let's open the hood. I saw a YouTube video of some guy replacing the blower motor and the resistor control module, and it appeared to be easily accessible from under the hood, so hopefully that's the case with this, being a 91 F-150. So let me just pop the hood here. I should have brought my work light out here. It's still in the house. I might need to grab that. So I think the blower motor is literally right down here. I'm not sure what engine that guy had because he had a 250, so it's probably something bigger than this 4.9 liter straight 6. But anyway, this is the old blower motor right here. And I think the resistor control module should be somewhere next to that. So I'll need to get my work light and try to poke around in here. The resistor control module is right down here. I think that's only got 2 bolts. I think I just need like a little 5/16 or 8mm socket. And I'm hoping these bolts aren't too rusty to take out. And I've got my replacement parts here off Ford Motorcraft. So this is the resistor control module. And I think I left the blower motor in the hamster wheel box somewhere over here on top of my lawnmower. And they supplied me with a replacement gasket to go in here too, so that's good. But yeah, like I said, I want my buddies to try and help me during the spring to see if I can get the AC working again. So at least this is like a prerequisite I'll have to do first, but it should hopefully be a simple enough job that I can tackle it myself. Okay, so now the original blower motor resistor control module is out. I suppose it may have been easier to take the motor out first, but oh well. So these don't appear to be physically broken, but the speeds still didn't work, so hopefully replacing this will fix the rest of the speeds. One thing I'm currently not sure about is this hose going into the side of the motor. Coming from the side of the motor, and it plugs down into here. Kind of down there. And this replacement motor just has a hole in the side of it where that hose might have to go. I'm not exactly sure if this hose is going to be reusable, if I can take it out of this old motor and put it in the new one. I mean, it's still supple and it's not cracked or anything, but I'm just not sure about that. Alright, so I popped this end off. I'm not sure if I can take that out of the motor. I'll have to find out when the motor comes out. Well, I took 4 bolts out, which I think is all of them. and the motor's still stuck here, so I may have to try to pry this out. Alright, this should be able to come out now. I just took a hammer and a flathead screwdriver to the edge of this flange, pried it out. Not sure if there is an old gasket in here. This is a bit difficult to work on because a lot of this electrical wiring is in the way, and even some of the coolant hoses and stuff like that, so it's basically out though. I just need to unplug the hat. Okay, so the old motor's completely out. It's actually got a date code on it. August 20th of 90, so this truck's a 91. So that's definitely the original 30+ year old blower motor. Set that aside. And I was able to pull out that hose, and it's got the same hole in the side, so I'm assuming this can just go into the new motor. On here. So the only other discrepancy I see is the old motor's got wiring coming off of it, and this connector on the new motor, it's just got a connector with no wire leads coming out. So the existing plug should be able to fit onto here, and in theory this should all line up here with the different holes for the bolts, and then those little plastic pins too. So I'm gonna try and fit this hose in here. Should still be usable. Okay, hose is all squished in there properly. Now I just need to assemble the hamster wheel onto the motor shaft and put the little lock washer over top. And then we should be able to go in with the new motor and also replace this. I should probably put this in first just so I have enough room to get down in there. And then I've also got the gasket, so I need to figure out which way this should go on. And it should just be a peel and stick thing to keep this from vibrating. So I'll do the rest of this off camera. Alright, I put the hamster wheel on off camera, and also got the foam gasket in here, so luckily these little plastic pins down there help you align it. So that's not too bad. It was a little bit messed up from shipping, but should still work fine. Just reach in here and make sure there's no dirt or debris. It seems like it's clean enough. So now I need to unplug this and connect the new resistor control module. So the Ford Motorcraft Company is funny because they say the majority of the contents are made in the USA. That blower motor itself was assembled in Mexico, apparently. So anyway, we'll get this replacement part out. And I'll probably need 2 hands to unplug this. I hate it when these connectors have tabs on both sides. I never know how to unplug these without breaking at least one of them. But anyway, try to just pop this on there so it's keyed. There's 2 things at the bottom. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to spray some electrical contact cleaner in here too. That could have been part of the issue with why the old one didn't work, if this was just oxidized inside. So I might just run back into the house and get some deoxit and spray in here. Okay, now I've got the resistor control module bolted in down there. Now I just gotta try and manipulate this to get the motor itself into place. Not sure if I can even secure the camera well enough for you guys to see this. Everything's probably in the way. All this electrical crap is in the way. There it is. Push all these plastic little tab pin things in so it's completely flush. Probably can't see this at all, but that's it. It's in there. Now I just need to bolt it in and put the plug into here. That should be it. And then we can try to test it and keep our fingers crossed that it'll work on all 4 speeds. Okay, that should do it. It's all bolted in. I've got the plug connected here. I put that hose back and reconnected it, so now we should hopefully be ready to test it out. Okay, so let's try turning the key on and see what's going to happen. Could also do a brief cold start while we're out here too. I generally try to start this up once a week. Alright, so there's the accessory. Let's put it on like floor. Oh, I do hear it running. It's really slow. See? That's like barely even running at all. It's hardly making a sound. That's a good sign. So for AC, it's just got max and normal. Heat, it's got floor and floor plus defrost. And then you've just got defrost for the windshield. Alright, let's go up to the next speed. That's working. Nice and smooth. Go up one more. That's working. And there's our high speed. So that's a successful repair. Pretty happy. So yeah, this does actually have 4 speeds. And the off position is just sliding this bottom lever all the way to the left. Is when it's fully off. So you can leave this preset to whatever speed you want and then just slide this over, which is nice. So I'm really glad this finally works now. There's still plenty more to do in the future, but at least if my buddies have a chance to help me with the AC during the spring, hopefully, at the very least, this motor's fully working again, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's awesome. I still have to figure out something to re-secure the glove compartment here because the latch broke on the inside. And I was trying to replace it with some neodymium magnets, and I just glued them in place, and the magnets are stronger than some of the glue I was using, so it just tore them all apart. So I'm thinking of maybe trying to screw some magnets into place. Haven't gotten around to that yet. And I also need my rear view mirror. I have this one, which might not be the actual factory mirror, but we made several attempts to re-glue this to the windshield and it just kept falling down. So then I went on eBay and I found this for about 15 bucks. And it's a 60s Mustang mirror. Doesn't quite fit, so my buddies have a machine shop, so they're just gonna help me create a metal wedge to go between here and this metal trim piece here. So this trim piece up here above the windshield actually is metal, because I've taken it out before. So plan on doing that. And it was funny because some previous owner of this mirror resprayed it a dark red so it kind of matches, but at the same time I could still wipe it down with acetone or something and take the paint off and it would be chrome underneath, which might look cool. And then this thing here is chrome. But anyway, I was also just going to do a quick cold start, so we may as well. Doesn't usually have much of a problem starting up, since I do try to fire it up at least once a week. I'm glad I have all these speeds finally working now. Here's the 300 straight 6. My exhaust is missing. As you can see down there. It still might have an exhaust leak anyway. I guess I'll shut her down. That was the one thing I worried about all winter long starting this up once a week, was that I don't want this to run out of gas by the time it's actually spring. So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the video once again. That was definitely a successful repair and I'm pretty happy. I'm glad it was an easy job. But yeah, that's definitely simple. My Ford Escort, I couldn't even figure out how to get the blower motor out or anything, so this was really nice to work on for a change. Alright, well the battery's almost dead, so see you guys in the next video.